Part of what makes disability services so beneficial for those drug addicts who are destroying their neurons and synapses and connections with body and brain has to do with humans who are inherently confused, misdirected, and occasionally hallucinating, who don't really worry about behavior, who don't observe except to walk and not disrupt another human now. Similar to people in a city, such as Seattle, walking from work to home, not bumping into someone because there's 100 people on the sidewalk. But what the drug addicts and the drug dealers do has to do with watching those humans and what they're doing in their consciousness now. A group of humans with a disability who don't necessarily understand consciousness, who mostly want to not have their brain overloaded with information and too much emotion with negativity now. Conditions causing depression, obesity, diabetes, humans who are so smart, those thug gangster bullies and harassing maniacs, they remove the last freedom a person with a disability has to live in a world with humans who don't have any limitations. Time. They keep track, they ignore, and most of all, they use seconds and minutes and hours and days and calendar months as information about when they can sell their drug, when they can go and buy their chemical substance now. And use their eyes and their ears to keep anyone who's a threat to their business economics, stimulation, addiction, from bothering them and disrupting their freedom now. Normally, a disability, humans have random conversations and avoid danger whenever those who hallucinate and whenever those who talk incoherently, prevent a non duality. But when drug addicts and drug dealers and thugs and gangsters and cartel buying economics business associates begin their process in a system providing them housing and free services and food deliveries to their door, they're living in a rap world. They're living in a civilization with kings and queens, prostitutes, princesses, men, gender neutral humans, and also feminist, pretty, beautiful female, mysterious aliens now. They have girlfriends. Roommates are not supposed to have. They call people snitches, rats. They don't sleep. They don't go to a grocery store during a coronavirus pandemic and buy a refrigerator full of food. They buy a burrito to be a part of a change they wish to see in the world, and eat tacos with one another, smoking cigarettes and tobacco and drinking booze, and smiling at those with a disability and being very polite and well-mannered in front of staff and health and medical workers now. The opportunity for anyone with a disability in these conditions I describe in these 3 videos now has about this much room in this big of a space now. Increased a tiny amount when I walk out my door to complete a task such as doing laundry, checking my mail, to receive a textbook to study for a college graduate school application material resource now. They've got tons of friends. They've got a network. They've got social media. And they see a camera on a ceiling and laugh at a person who says they're being recorded now. They use their bodies and their brains to restrict and limit and control and eliminate anyone who disrupts and interferes with their objective and goal and task of receiving stimulation and finding a significant other reward now. People with disability can't talk about these conditions I describe now. For the most part. And unfortunately, those who are high functioning with a disability often accept stimulation from those who control and limit and restrict instead of requesting freedom. And love and consciousness instead now. People with disabilities get quiet, silent, and those drug addicts rest. Enjoy their peace and calm and relaxation. And hypothetically prepare for their next binge. And sexual gratification now. Anyone who disagrees has to be so courageous, so bold, so heroic. They break a required silence and quiet, maintained by the most strong, the most intelligent, and the most dominant. To use language and letters in sentences with a limitation, a difficulty, a struggle, a problem, a disability. To beg, to pray, with hope. Some doctor at some university and college, some political activist, leader, government, institutional worker will receive a message, a video describing abuse, harassment, violence, and conditions of limited, restricted, controlled, and emotional, and paranoid, and hallucinatory processes in a system made by drug dealers and drug addicts and their economics. Now,